Yeah, no idea what happened. That's the strangest thing I've seen. I guess this is part two. All right, well, we'll just do it like that. I have no idea how that happened. So let's wait for you guys to come on over here. So I have no idea what happened. That's the strangest thing I've ever seen. Just stopped. Happens. It's technology for you. So we'll give you a minute to come on over here. Let me play some tunes. See here. Let me go here. All right, we're back. I don't know what happened, so appreciate you all's patience. I don't, I have no idea what happened with that. So it's weird. You know, who knows? Maybe that was Chocolate Thunder getting me. I don't know. But I got another story here from Screen Rant. It says 2025 might be the final year for Xbox as we know it. And I think it will be. I think this is the final, 2025 is the final year. They're going to be putting games on all devices. I still believe that they're going to have games that are exclusive to that platform. And, but that's what I'm hoping. That's more me, fingers crossed. See what I'm saying? You know, hopefully that's what they do. You know, hopefully they have that. So, but if not, that's fine as well. That's also fine as well. It is what it is. So, but where were we? Oh yeah, the whole grift thing. All right, so if you all didn't know that about Harrison Ford, he wanted, and so the people who make the toys for Star Wars at the time was Kenner, and Kenner said they didn't want Harrison Ford's character to die. So they said, well, we'll freeze him in ice, and then if he doesn't want to come back, we'll recast the role. And they did have an agreement with Kurt Russell, but Kurt Russell had already, I think, agreed to do Escape from New York. I think that's what was going to happen. But anyway, Harrison Ford came back, and the reason why he came back for The Force Awakens is so that the character could be killed off. That was the price he wanted, and he leveraged it into getting another Indiana Jones movie. Was it the Dial of Destiny or something like Destiny's Dialing or whatever it's called, Destiny's Calling, whatever it was called. So he actually used that to get that, even though that movie is considered arguably the worst Indiana Jones movie. But if you like the, you know, if you are a Indiana Jones fan, a Raiders of the Lost Ark fan, you will enjoy it because it's a throwback to everything. They're showing you stuff that was in part 1, part 2, part 3. It was just fun to watch again. And so again, it was enjoyable to see the character. You know, I thought it was funny at the end when he, you know, that the window, when the window opened, I think, and then his hat was kind of blowing. He grabbed his hat and shut the window. That was kind of the end of that character. So again, you don't know, Harrison Ford really enjoys the Indiana Jones character, and he likes Han Solo. So it is what it is. It is what it is. So we're gonna have to say he's not a group thing guy. I think there's a lot group thing, and yeah, it is, and there's a lot of grifting, like I said before. And but do you all think Sony had a good year on the publishing side or on the game side? I think they did good on both sides. I think they should again. Concord, they definitely that was a poo poo. They poo pooed on Concord, but they also did very well on Helldivers, Gran Turismo's multiplayer, MLB The Show's multiplayer, Helldivers multiplayer. So again, I'm just saying that if people are going to try to hang, well, what about Concord? And they're trying to say it cost $500 million, and it didn't. The only game we know that's cost $500 million is Halo, and Halo crashed and burned. So I certainly hope when it comes to PlayStation, which it will be coming. But I think it's going to be coming with a brand new character. I think we'll still have Master Chief, but we'll have a different voice. And that's just my opinion. Maybe they'll bring back the original voice, but there's a very good chance that Master Chief and Cortana will be played by different people. So I would love, who would you like to see voicing Master Chief? I would love to see Scott Eastwood doing it. You know, instead of Troy Baker, you know, who we know is very good, but it's kind of like he's getting all the jobs. So, but I would like to see Scott Eastwood as Clint Eastwood's son, maybe voice act that character. So, this is my opinion. You know, what is yours? So, make sure you vote. Did Sony have a good year on S.I.E? Because remember, they had a publishing side, Ghost of Tsushima, Rise of Ronin, Stellar Blade, Helldivers 2, that's all publishing, meaning that Sony did not make those games out of a first-party studio. You know, they also did, they're doing it in Unreal 5. Yeah, and Witcher, the next Witcher game's in Unreal. That is going to be in Unreal 5. So we'll have to wait and see how it turns out. So we'll see. We're going to see how it turns out. So, shout out to Bootsy Talks That Ish. He just says, what's good? How you doing? El Nini, how you doing? So, what game would you rather buy? Again, yes, the Hogwarts game is on sale and it is enhanced. Cyberpunk, they haven't changed anything. They already did a patch for it on PS5, so CD Projekt Red is not going to go back and do another patch. They're already on to Witcher 4, and people got to remember that Cyberpunk is a PS4 game. It wasn't released on. It was a patch for PS5, but it's a PS4 game. So that game for them is a generation old. So they're not going to go back and do anything. You thought the Halo remastered was too, and Unreal. Yeah, I'm not sure what Halo's in. So I thought Halo was on its own engine. So it says, what's been going on Twitter? Why are these guys with 3070s and 4060s? Well, my opinion is that, and I agree with what Lono says, so shout out to him. The vast majority of PC gamers are playing at 1080p. So most of them, the majority of them are playing with a 6-core CPU, and the majority of them are playing with either a 6700 XT, a 6800 XT, or a 3060 Ti. And the PS5 Pro is more powerful. So yeah, I agree. I don't know why they got involved in the conversation. I don't know how that happened. It's not a conversation for them. They're just insinuating themselves into the conversation. So it kind of leads me to where Porter Rock is. And shout out to Porter Rock, and I'll be podcasting on his podcast tonight. I'm a regular on that podcast. But I am actually disappointed that he got caught up in that grift with that girl. First things first, it's a girl. Bake me a pie. Leave me alone at that point. So, but that's it. That is it. That is it. And, and so she was trying to get, I don't know, they had some stupid bet. I don't know how it went. Shout out to Porter Rock. He did a video on it. Make sure you check it out. But I don't even know why he would even put himself in that kind of hole. And he was saying that the girl didn't tell the truth on something. Okay, but you accused her of grifting. So by default, all grifters, they're not telling the truth. That's why it's called grifting, because they're not telling the truth. So it's kind of like, well, I'll just grift on this. You dig? So, and again, my opinion on this stuff is that, how do you put a fire out? How do you put a fire out? Well, you can put powder on it. That works. You can spray water on it. That works. Cools it off. The fastest way to put a fire out is don't give it any air. So why he even did that is a shock to me. And yes, he exposed her and all that kind of stuff. But by default, if she's a grifter, she's not going to tell the truth, because they're using rage bait to get money. That's the way the algorithm is set up. If you didn't know that, it is set up for people to say something stupid, have people interact with them, and then they get paid based on that interaction. That's what's happening. So Bushido said, it says Digital Foundry, someone comes out and says you're going to need that GPU or higher to get same quality. Yeah, I know. I know. And again, like Lono was saying, nobody in the PC community has come out and built a $700 PC that gives you the exact same, if not better quality. Because if they would, why don't they do that? Why don't they do that? Where's your $700 PC? We know it can't do it. We know it all. I know. I have a $700 PC. It can't do what it's doing. Okay? And this whole notion of, oh, well, it's upscaling. Well, so is your computer. Again, you're playing at 1080p, bitch. So, and you're upscaling it to 4K. You're upscaling it to 1440p. You're upscaling it. Okay? That's what they're doing. And so when the whole thing with Alan Wake happened, well, it's only averaging 64p. I'm like, yeah, that is the source it's coming from, but it's upscaling that to whatever, 1800p for whatever. And you're doing it for the upscaling. Because it's like, okay, we can keep it at 864p, use this PSSR. And so they were like, oh, this is a failure. PSSR didn't work. And it's like working in 95% of the games. Is it going to work on all games? No. Again, you buy the PlayStation 5 Pro, my opinion, for the first party games. The first party games. Okay? Not the second party games, not the third party games, the first party games. The second and third party games, that's just icing on the milkshake. All right, that's icing on that milkshake, okay? You don't have to do it. You don't have to do it. You dig? All right? So, and you all have to make up your own minds on if something's worth it or not, because every man has a different value system. So, Keanu Reeves in Cyberpunk. Yeah, he is. He is. I don't think you play as him. You play with him. I think. Because I finished Cyberpunk, and it was, there was just, the beginnings are different, but ultimately you end up in the same spot in that apartment complex trying to retrieve that woman. So, let's see here. They understand that Alan Wake 2, you mean, is a video sponsor game where they did extra things. So that, yeah, if you don't know, you can figure out that they have a list. They, being the developers, has a list of games that they specifically will tool for NVIDIA and or AMD. AMD, they tool their own games. I mean, Forspoken was tooled specifically for them. So if you play that on an AMD PC, you get a cool game. You get the cool graphics and everything. So it's sponsored by NVIDIA, so they push hard. Yeah, I mean, that's fine. Yeah. I mean, I've got Alan Wake 2 over there, but I'm not playing it because I'm playing the Veilguard. So let me see what that says about the AMD thing. Yeah, they understand that the 4070 is not 43% stronger than the Pro or even. Yeah, I know. I mean, it's stupid. I mean, and I don't. Me personally, towards the end of this year, I'm like, I'm not gonna argue with stupid people. I already know who this is. Hold on. All right, I'm back. I'm sorry. But all right, so my bad. Yeah, that knew that was coming in. So yeah, most of them, again, you have to remember the people in the PC community are a bunch of de facto Xbox guys who got mad that they didn't like the direction that Xbox was going in, and because they didn't like the direction Xbox was going in, they bought PCs. Well, they didn't know what kind of PC to get because they're tards, so they spec'd it to what Steam had out. And the Steam, again, they're at 1080p, 60 frames per second. They ultra graphics. That's where they're at. And now they're changing that. Some of them are moving from 1080p to 1440p because they went out and bought 4060s and 4070s and things like that. So now that's going to be targeting 1440p. So a lot of them did do that. I want to make that clear. But for the most part, they were at the 3090 to the 4080. That is a 1440p card. The 4090, that's when you get into the higher end. Like I said before, they were like, the 4090 can do 8K. So can my PS5 Pro at 1/3 the price. So, but I don't know. But anyway, Porter Rock got caught up with some grift girl. That's what I'm calling her. And I'm still surprised he got caught up in that. Again, he did expose her, but it's a fucking female. I mean, who the hell cares? And all she can do is bake a pie. Bake me a pie and make me a sandwich when I'm done tearing, blowing your back out, and go home, and then I'm going home. So that's the way it works. Okay? I'm out the door. All you may get is a rubber on the floor because I'm going to hit the road like Mario and Andretti, bitch, because I'm steady mobbing. So I'm actually, shout out to Ice Cube. That's the way this works. And but just remember, your pro is more powerful than about 70% of the PC owners. Okay, 70% of the PC owners are at 1080p. 70% of them ain't playing their games. They're playing games like friggin' Goat Simulator and Kitchen Simulator and Yard Simulator. They're playing real-time strategy games like what is it called? The Sims. They're playing games like The Sims. They're playing these turn-based games, Civilization. That's what they're playing. That's why they only need to target 1080p. I mean, that should make sense to you all. That should make sense. And I don't know why they're in this conversation, because they are going to go out and have to spend more than $1,500 to get what I'm getting on my Pro, or if you get a Pro. And I'm not saying you need to go buy one. There's nothing wrong with games on the base PS5. It's just that what you're doing at 30 frames per second on your PS5, I'm doing it 60. I'm doing it 60. Yeah, they're playing Banana, for Christ's sake. I mean, seriously. Goat Simulator, what is that? All goats do is eat and make milk. They eat and do milk. That's it. So it's effed up what they're on. So I don't even have again, I'm in the PC community. I know this is what they have. So I mean, they can't lie to me because they spec their PCs to Steam, which makes sense. I mean, okay, Steam is the biggest platform out there. So, and they said, okay, make it like this. You're going to make it like this. And that's exactly what they did. So they bought a 6-core CPU. And then they went out and they bought a 6700 and or 6800 and or a 3060. That's what they bought. And they're trying to run around saying it's so much. No, it's not. I have that build and it ain't better. So it's not better at all. It's not even close. Anybody want to argue, they could go to Google and check. It tells you they're not. Oh yeah, again, I don't argue with people about it. It's like, yeah, why don't you go build that go build it. It's supposed to be so much better. Go build that $700 PC like you said you would. You see what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. It's stupid as hell. Build that first, then come back to me, and then we can talk. But go ahead and build that $700 PC with your sorry ass. So it is what it is. And they won't do it. They're too busy saying, well, you don't need to be doing this and you don't need to be doing that. So, it is what it is. One Trick Pony says Chocolate Thunder loves him some Showtime because when the curtains raise in the front, the drawers fall from behind. Especially if you're a pretty man. That's right. You sure are a pretty man. So that's Campbell's Soup changes his name. What the hell's going on out here? Hold on. What's it going to be called? Be known as the Campbell Company. Oh, man. Now, I moved off of Campbell's Soup. I'm a progressive boy. But, it is what it is. So, the benchmarks online is what. Yeah, I don't argue with them anymore. It's kind of like, y'all are stupid. You people are stupid. Bushi Salt says that half the games that run a PC equivalent to the Pro on their PC isn't even running properly. It's running worse. This is why they have to brute force everything to get better gameplay. Well, again, they upscale it, which is fine. There's nothing wrong with upscaling when you're using FS3 or FSR or, either one, doesn't matter. FS3, FSR, FS4, it all works. It works the same. It literally all works the same. So I don't get it. I don't get why they're in the conversation. So, it's stupid. It is stupid as hell. And it's more powerful than a 4090. It just is. I mean, you're going to go out there and your dumb ass is going to pay $2,000 for a graphics card. You're dumb. You're dumb. You know, and it's kind of like you can say, well, I'm broke. Yeah, but you're dumb. I'd rather be broke than dumb. Because if you're dumb, you can't make no money. If you're broke, you got some money coming to you, right? Right? But that's how dumb you are. So, but yeah, so I'm surprised that Porter Rock got caught up in that. And again, he did expose that girl. So, you know, he did. And he did it. That's what he does well. That's why they call him the king of common sense. But yeah, it is what it is. They're on 1080p. And that's fine. I was playing 1080p games on my PS4. I had 1080p games. The Witcher was one of the best looking 1080p games I've ever seen. And then I got a 4K TV and was doing checkerboard at 4K and dynamic 4K with the PS5 Pro, PS4 Pro, which it even had 4K native games on it. So that's what I'm saying before. It's make sure you get the lights up. That's why I've said this 100,000 times before, is that the beauty's in the eye of the beholder, and I don't care what they say. That's what they're doing. And I know that because I'm in the PC community. So, and that's what they expect their PCs to do. You know, because that's what Steam told them to do. You know, and you know, that's Steam for you, right? Right. Which it says we were confused about the math. You don't see it as a big loss when AI is incorporated. That changes everything. Yeah, and that's what your PS6 is going to mostly be. It's going to be a lot of AI, which is fine. I'm not buying a PS6. I'm not. My PS5 Pro is my last PC. I'm stuck between getting a monitor for one PS5 Pro or getting another TV. So that's kind of what I'm stuck at. I don't know what to do. I'm right there. But the monitors are more expensive than like the TV, but the monitors are their pictures just as good. So like the LG monitor, is the LG monitor that's 2.1, does it look better than the B4? And the B4 has a newer panel, but it's still not as bright as the C. That's why I've said to people before, the best TV to get out of LG is the G, as far as it's the G, but the G is really bright. So do you want a really bright TV? And if you do, get the G. If you're in between, get the C. You want a dimly lit TV, get the B. I wanted a dim. It fits me because I get the dimmest lit TV. Because I don't, you know, when I play my games and my OLED on, I shut everything in the house that I can. You know, I've got like 5 or 6 of those blinds, and I shut them all to give me the darkest house I can get. So, but yeah, they're brute. I mean, again, I just think they're upscaling. That way they don't have to brute force things. So they're upscaling, which is fine. I got no issue with the upscaling. But what do you all think? You know, with all the grifting going on, and it's going to continue. The grifting is going to continue because the economy is getting worse, and they're going to keep grifting. Okay, they're going to keep grifting because that's what is best for them. That's what helps their wallets. You know, they accuse other people of grifting, but they're the ones grifting. It is what it is. 3 minutes to that super chat goal ends of $2. Again, we're doing the Helldiver stream tonight, so you don't have to. Just letting people know that bullseye goes away, I think. So, but yeah. So just so you know, shout out to Boycott Activision for donating earlier. So there's benchmarks on. Yeah, read that one. I think I've read most of these. Let me double check here. Let's see here. They make an argument about the GPU on the Pro. That's not how. Yeah, they do a lot of one-to-one things, and they don't understand that you can't do one-to-one when it comes to computers, and you know you don't. So because there's 6-core CPUs, like say the 3700X, that's a 6-core CPU, but there's also, and it's outperforming the 8-core CPUs, like the 2700. That's 2700X is an 8-core CPU from AMD. Well, the 6-core CPU is doing better than, and you know my PS5 is an 8-core. And it's not saying that their 6-core Intel thing isn't doing just as good or if not better. It just means that I have 8 cores, you got 6. So they can spread it out more evenly, henceforth why there's less brute forcing. But that doesn't mean that the PS5 Pro don't have pop-in and things like that. I'm sure it does. I just haven't seen it yet on the first-party stuff. Not sure about all the third-party stuff. The college football game, I have no pop-in. The Madden, I've had no pop-in. Dragon Age, I've had no pop-in. So, Cyberpunk, I played that for about 2 hours the other day. No, I haven't had any pop-in. So that's just me, though. Okay, what are you all getting? It's about you all. What are you all getting? What are you all getting? I know Space Marine runs so much better on the Pro than it does on any other system out there, including a lot of PCs. That's why I keep on. It's like if they have 2070s or 5700 cards and stuff like that, they gonna struggle. I mean, my first GPU was a 5080. Then I went to the 5600 XT. Then I went to the what was the last one I just took out? Was it the 5600 XT? No, I got the 6600, and then I got the after I got the 6600, I got the other one. I got the one I got now, the 3060. So it is what it is, folks. It is what it is. Ain't that big a deal. So, but what did you all think of Sony's year? Make sure you leave a comment. I'm gonna get on off of here. I'm getting sleepy. I do have to make a couple of runs here. So, so what do you all think? Again, this is last podcast of the year. I will be playing Helldivers later today, I hope, and I'll be on 60 frames no lag. I don't know if Porter Rock's gonna do another one. December 3rd, New Year's Eve. I don't think he is. I think him and his wife are gonna be out on vacation. So I know I'll be busy New Year's Eve. That's So I do have to work Monday and Tuesday, but overall that's my schedule. Of course, you all have a great holiday if you celebrate it. If you don't celebrate it, just enjoy the long. A lot of people are off today. That's why I was surprised when I was out this morning. I saw all that traffic. I'm like, where's all this traffic coming from? It's people, but so I think a lot of people are off tomorrow, and they're gonna take half a days today. I think that's what we're looking at today. So I think that's what we're looking at today. But that's just me. But Merry Christmas to you, Dion and Don and Bucci and El Nini and everybody, all the members. Thank you so much. We got it to like 20. I forgot how many subs we got. We got over 2,200 subs. We're on our way to 2,300, and so that's a goal next year to get to 23. So that is it. More gameplay. I'll be doing more gameplay stuff like that. So, and I'll be hooking up my hopefully my what's the name of this thing? This Track IR. I finally got my hands on Track IR after 2 years. It took me 2 years to finally get me one, but I got me one. All right, then. That is it for this podcast. I do appreciate you guys. Love you all. Be careful out there on the streets. Wish you and your family nothing.